Welcome back, explorers. Are you ready to explore more of God? Whew. Let's just begin by turning our affection and our awareness to His beautiful face. So right now, just begin to imagine His loving eyes looking at you. Just begin to see the warm, bright, joyful smile on His face. Just begin to see yourself hugging Him and feeling the warmth, of His embrace. And just let Him draw you in. Now, in your own way, just begin to thank Him. Wow, I love the look of joy on your face every time you see me. I love the warmth and comfort of your hugs. I love when you snuggle me in and draw me closer. And so say this with me right now. I shift my thoughts, my awareness, my focus, my emotions, my situations, my perspectives, my responses, to this moment in your presence, before your face, and in your arms. I settle into your love and into your joy for me right now. I am in you. You are in me. We are one. We are love. It's just who we are. And I'm so excited to discover more about you. Whew. Wow. Whew. Wow. He is so good. Whew. I just love being hugged and snuggled in by Him. Don't you? So good. So we are on part 2 on the seven spirits of God, and today we are on the spirit of wisdom. Last time we talked about the spirit of the Lord and just learn to engage Him through that pattern of recognizing how the anointing rests on us, how the Spirit falls on us, and how it helps and prepares us to step into who we are and what we are called to do. So I'm excited to see what the Spirit of wisdom is going to teach us and bring us in today. Who? So we're going to start in Proverbs 8, verse 30 through 31 in the Passion. I was there, close to the Creator's side, as his master artist, who daily he was filled with delight in me as I playfully rejoiced before him. I laughed and played, so happy with what he had made, while finding my delight in the children of men. And this is wisdom talking to God. I love how wisdom is describing herself as a master artist. Now let's look at Proverbs 24 and 3 in ASB. By wisdom, a house is built, and by understanding, it is established. And then let's look lastly at Exodus 31, verse 3 through 4 in the NASB. And this is right as God is talking to Moses about building a tabernacle and him calling Bezalel and the others to build the tabernacle. So this is God speaking to Moses. And I have filled him, talking about Bezalel, with the Spirit of God and wisdom and understanding and knowledge and in all kinds of craftsmanship to create artistic designs for work in gold, in silver, and in bronze. So, what I love about these verses is how it describes wisdom as an artist. And one of the things I notice and recognize is that the spirit of wisdom is able to see God's designs. Who? I love how in the first verse we read in 8, wisdom talks about her experience with God creating us and her joy and delight in seeing that fulfillment of his heart. And I love how then in the next verse that we read that it says, by wisdom a house is built. So when something is made by someone, that means they are the owner. They are um, the designer of that. And so I see wisdom as a architect. And then we get to Exodus And then I love how it says that the spirit of wisdom was on Bezalel for artistic designs in regards to the tabernacle. Whew. So, what does wisdom teach us? It teaches us how to partner with God's creative design to see what needs to be put into place or to see what has already been put into place. So it's both. It helps us recognize what He has already designed and what He wants that design to be manifested and revealed on earth. And so I love that because it means that wisdom is a creative partner. Whew. Wow. And so we're going to engage wisdom today and step in to Yahweh's invitation of creativity and step into His perspective to see what He has designed in us and around us, and He wants to do through us. Whew. So before we begin, I just want to remind you again that you have freedom to be like a kid in the candy store, to run around in His presence, to be curious, to discover, and to explore. Wow. Because that brings your Father so much joy. Whew. So I just want to invite you right now to just begin to use your imagination and just begin to see yourself in a living room, sitting on the carpet, and all around you are your favorite toys that you love to play with. And just begin to see Jesus sitting on the floor right next to you. And now just take a moment and be present and aware of where you are. Fully immerse yourself in this moment. So for me, I see my Barbie dolls on the floor in their little Jeep cars. And then I see like a play kitchen that I used to have. And then also a Power Wheel Barbie Jeep for myself to drive in. Ah, I love that. So childlike. Whew. And that's fine if you're seeing something different. Your time and your toys are uniquely yours. And so ask Jesus right now, will you introduce me to the spirit of wisdom? Will you invite her to a play date with us right now? And he says, absolutely. And he calls for the spirit of wisdom to come play with us. And just begin to see wisdom sitting on the floor with you and Jesus and all of your toys around you. And just be present for a moment. Say this to wisdom. Wisdom, I want to play with you. Will you teach me how to play with you? And just sit and listen and let her share with you. Wow. So for me, I just hear wisdom saying that I love the freedom that playing brings. Because I am not thinking I am not striving. I am just being and having fun. Whew. And that's for all of us. The freedom to play with no restrictions, no limitations, no expectations. Whew. But just a settledness in being and doing that brings us joy, and that brings the Father joy. Wow. And then I also hear wisdom saying that she sees God's design as a puzzle, and she looks at the full picture on the puzzle box, and then she begins to take all the pieces that she needs in order for that picture to come together and to complete it so it looks exactly how it does on the box. Whoa. Wow. That is powerful. Whew. Let that truth sink into you deeply right now. We have been given access to what we need to complete and fill in the puzzle so it looks exactly the way God designed it. Whew. Wow. Whew. Wow. I just sense God releasing fresh perspective to see the picture, to see the design on the box, on the puzzle box. And we get to take the pieces of the puzzle and put it together with Him until it is complete and whole and reflecting His original design on that picture box. Whew. Wow. We get to build and create with Him in this way. Ooh. Just press in a little longer. Let that truth go even deeper. Immerse yourself in it. Now ask wisdom. What pieces of the puzzle has the Father given to me right now? And just take a moment and listen. For me, wisdom is talking to me about how I've begun to see God's design in people a lot more lately, and how God has built them, how He flows through them. So the pieces that He's given to me are the designs, are the processes, and the strategies for how they can engage Him in the way that they were designed to. Whoa. Whew. So say this with me now. Father, I thank you for the puzzle pieces that you have given to me right now. I thank you for the fresh perspective to see your design in me and in others. Whew. I thank you that I have everything that I need. I thank you for freedom. Freedom from restrictions, freedom from limitations, freedom from striving, freedom from expectations of what playing and creating and building with you looks like. Wow. I thank you for a new level of freedom to play, to be who you've designed me to be. Whew. And I thank you that I get to play and bring my puzzle pieces and add them in to what you are building and establishing and creating in me and through me. And now just see yourself hugging Jesus and hugging wisdom. Group hug. And just saying thank you for sharing everything you've shared with me in this moment. Thank you for teaching me how to play, how to see who and what I bring. Thank you. And begin to come back to this moment. Whew. Wow. Whew. So powerful. And I love that we have the freedom to play. Whew. I love that we have a fresh perspective on what playing looks like to God. And I love how wisdom is teaching us to see his design and to bring our puzzle piece to that design and to add to the picture, add to the fullness of that design. That is so good and so powerful. Keep engaging with wisdom. Keep learning to play with your Father, with wisdom, with Jesus. And I'll catch you next time. And if you like this content, hit subscribe now for new episodes every Monday. And if you want to go deeper, join me at patreon.com/awakenexplorers. See you next time.